Let's see if it works. I think it works.
Yay, it works.
And it's time. I came in about 5 seconds early. Tavo, right at 9 p.m. Lester LeSaver, Buddy
Yeah.
Carafano.
Tavo sniped it from the other side of the
The
planet.
other side of the planet. Mariposa,
Hey, everybody.
1959. Oh, it is cold in here, but we've got a little propane heater going. So one side of one leg is barbecuing. It's warm. And the rest of me, it's not so warm. But it's warming up in here. It's come up 3 degrees. 3 degrees.
I don't know. It's way better than it was on Thursday. I started the fire early this afternoon, and
it's 26 outside, and when I came in here it was 50, 51 or 52. So yeah, I kept it kind of at a dull roar in here.
And that's the weather. How's the weather for everyone? I hope you're all staying warm, and that you had a good week.
Dean Stevenson, Patrick is here, Daniel Morrissey. Wow, I didn't think Daniel would make it because he said he was going to be watching a game or something. Johnny C. Mark Sauvé, Mean Street Mopar.
Most of those football games have a lot of intermissionary kind of time.
A lot of stoppages.
Yeah. Yeah, you could almost, yeah. There's a lot of time.
I'm not a big football fan, but I have watched football a few times. Oh, man.
I feel like I've seen a lot of football. I could watch a football game.
Buddy Carafano, 5 inches of snow today, more tomorrow. Man, I'm glad I'm further south. But then you were in there in Mexican Specs Live earlier today. Man, did that look nice. He's cruising along the Mexican highways there, going 130 kilometers, which is 80 miles an hour, about, and warm. You know what he say it was, 85 degrees? Man, it's pretty nice. Dean Stevenson has some big old long number there. I don't know what all that's about. Close to Pontiac 326, yeah.
Crash Roadrunners here. Welcome in. Good to have you.
Oh, that is warm. Is there a way we can turn that down?
I think it's set at the higher setting. I could probably...
Oh, it is cooking me. It's like one side of me is like hundreds of degrees and the other side is cold. Daniel Morrissey, 34 degrees this morning in Petaluma. And that's cold for there. Fisher Boy, good evening. How many vehicles do you have? Oh my God, did you just watch that video we put up? We had how many vehicles that run? Because we had all kind of vehicles that didn't run, but Kim's been getting them running. And we've been working on some of them, and we got a bunch that run.
I think, there's vehicles here that are just, parts.
Well, we have a little...
At least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's at least 5 vehicles here that are just for parts. Do those count?
Well, but then there were some I never thought I'd see them run, and they're running. Oh, okay, yeah. Fisher Boy, you've seen it. Okay, so you saw the line of cars that we lined up that were running, and then, but, we have some property here, not a lot, but enough that we can drive around, and that we need to drive around to get like an engine from one side to the other side of the property or something. So some of those cars never leave the property, so they're not registered and they don't have insurance. But the ones that are registered and have insurance that we drive are
too many.
We have 1. I have 2 on my insurance, and you have 2 on yours. You have a 66 Dart and a 99 Ford van, and I have a 78 Mercury Zephyr. What else do I have that runs?
The Jeep.
Oh, the Jeep. Yeah, we got an 08 Jeep Patriot, which I consider as a new vehicle.
And I guess it's 18
years old. Yeah, I just let the insurance lapse on this Valiant. I let the tags lapse. So then I just uninsured it. And when we get at the point where we're going to drive it again, I'll go get the tags. There's no.
Hey, Rick's here.
Rick's
Welcome
here.
in RC Industries.
And there's no penalty or anything for registering your car late as long as you don't get caught driving it on the street like that, because it's Tennessee. And then so I'll register it and put insurance back on.
Some are boats.
You know what's
I don't think we have. Most of our cars are not boats.
Just
really.
Recently, see, Kim's been driving the Jeep, which is mine.
Yeah.
And I never put her on the insurance, but it was not a big deal because she didn't drive very often. Well, she's driving it more. So I thought, I better get her on the insurance. So I got her on there. And my insurance went down. It's like, what? Now that we're both on there, the insurance went down.
I drive like an old lady.
I drive like an old man.
I don't have much of a record.
I don't tailgate people, and
I don't have
every crash I've been in is because somebody rear-ended me, or that crazy guy basically assaulted me. So I've never had a collision where I ran into something. Yeah. Mark Sauvé says, if I let the tags lapse here, the car has to go for a safety check. Oh, we don't have any of that here.
Oh. Yeah, with Tennessee is pretty lax on some of that stuff.
Tennessee's pretty good.
The worst part is the wheel tax, $100 a vehicle.
Well, it used to be, a couple of years ago, it was $22 a year for your tags, your license plate.
Yeah.
Well, then they added a thing called wheel tax.
Now it's more. And
it's $104. I mean, that's a hell of an increase from 22 to 104. It
really is. They were. How can we squeeze more out of these people? They say.
So, it's still Tennessee's pretty easy. It's easier than anywhere else I've lived as far as registration and everything. You're just expected to be responsible and make sure your brakes work and make sure your lights work and all that. And if they don't, I don't know how they check the brakes if you don't. Maybe you run into something.
I would never.
Or the lights and everything. I guess the police will stop if your lights aren't working. You don't signal or driving down the road with one headlight or something. What is this? Dean Stevenson says, Kim Borghini, you need a better rap sheet.
Those are rookie numbers. You need to pump them numbers up.
Man, that thing is warm.
Try less, harder. Yes. Here, let me. This is.
Well, it's nice having it on, but it's.
Well, no, I just.
Too warm.
I think I need to back it off.
Yeah, I mean it's right burning my leg.
Back it off and turn it way up.
So the renewal registration after lapse here incurs $30 administration fee, even though you do it yourself online. It's like I got a parking ticket in California. I don't remember how much it was, like $30 or something. And then you pay it online. And when you go online, there's a charge for paying it online, and there's a charge for using a credit card, and there's an administrative fee. It's like, what is all this? That's what they don't tell you about when you get the ticket. Dean, wheel tags. Your car has 3 wheels. Do you get a reduction? Not wheel tags, wheel tax. A wheel tax. That means a tax on things that have wheels. Oh, God, there's a skateboard in my bedroom. We better not tell them about it. You have to have a wheel tax?
Oh, Rick says it's cold here in northeastern Arkansas.
What are you doing in northeast Arkansas?
Well, I don't know. They go there to pick up a truck called Smoke Show?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't been following them that good. Yeah, Tim, it's chilly here. It's 26 outside. In here right now, it's slowly warming up. It's 56. We got a pretty good fire going. We got this little heater.
If you guys don't know Rick from RC Industry, you should check out his channel. And
we do not have a mod in here right now, do we?
No.
Yeah.
They know how to click for things.
Yeah, find RC Industry, which is Rick, and he's got pickup trucks.
He's an entertaining guy, and they've been down there.
He's got Chevys and Mopars, and
they were down here one time to hang out. We made some content together, and we see him every year at No Name Nationals. Picking up another vehicle for the 2026 No Name Nationals.
Oh,
fantastic! This is another truck. I think it's another C10.
Let's see. Marks Base says in Ontario, if you let the tags lapse, say for 10 years, and the license bureau charges you for 10 years of tags. That sounds like California. California, you've got to go get a thing called a non-op slip. You got to go in and get it. If you don't get it, and you go to register the car, you have to pay that every year registration, and I think a 30% penalty. Man, I like going to Southern California. When I was in Arizona, I like going to Southern California and find cars for sale that have been lapsed for a couple of years because nobody can afford to get them relicensed. So you can get a pretty good deal on some non-rusty cars. Colby Queso's here. Tao says 98 here.
Colby Queso.
98. Man.
That's pretty warm.
How are you feeling, Tavo? Oh, while you're going to tell me how you're feeling, we were on Mexican Specs live yesterday and today, and he picked up a vehicle and he's driving it back home because it wasn't as good a shape as...
Mexican Specs probably taking a nap. All that driving.
He said he was tired. He said that the car was not in as good a shape as they said it was. So he... instead of putting it on a ship and shipping it, he's taking it home and he's going to have it painted. And he got a little better deal on it, but he's going to have it painted for the guy and fix. I think he's going to fix. There's a tear in the upholstery and some other little crap that's wrong with it. And being Mexican Spec, he he fixes all that stuff before he ships a vehicle. So let's see here. Believe in yourself.
Welcome in here from Mexican Specs channel.
Oh.
Glad you found us.
Okay, well, good.
We will try to entertain you. This is our Saturday night show. We're getting started.
I know that name, but I couldn't place it. And that's from Mexican Specs. Yep. I sat there for the whole thing yesterday. And then today we left for a while. He kept dropping out going through the mountains. So Kim and I went to the grocery store. And we came back, and we were back with him again. What is this, Patrick? I was modding on other channels after that. The only reason I really wanted a moderator in here tonight was to put a link to RC Industries.
Tim is here. Welcome in, Tim. I hope you're feeling okay. He says it's 15 degrees out now, and
Todd Saw's here.
Glad that you're keeping warm. We're okay tonight. Look, it's come up another degree.
Fisher Boy saying, what kind of car is to the right of you? Okay, it is a 1972 Valiant, and we are currently making a tribute of an Australian Ute, a Wayfarer. In Australia, we didn't get those here. I don't know where you are, Fisher Boy. So anyway, that's the project we're working on, and it's coming along pretty good. And I'm actually getting to the point where I can't wait to drive it and use it. But it's got a slant 6 in it. Okay, RC, I drive a 77 C10 daily, and I'm bringing home a 75 C10 short bed. I'll be taking to the new No Name Nationals. Hopefully all goes well. You know what I should do?
Sweet.
You know what I should do?
Welcome in. Todd Saw is here as well.
We know Rick quite well.
Yeah.
And I should just
last choice is add as a moderator.
Okay. Rick should now be a moderator. So Rick, if you want, you can put a link up to your channel so people that are in here that haven't been there can sub. And well, Fisher Boy says I'm in Missouri. Wow, that's close. You know about the No Name Nationals? It's in Missouri. It's a once a year event in Sikeston, Missouri, and it's YouTube content creators, and they go race their cars. And if you're not a YouTube,
it's a car club event.
If you're not a YouTube content creator, you can still go to the No Name Nationals as a not as a participant, but as a spectator. I couldn't think of that word. Todd Saw, yeah, Dean Stevenson puts a saw up there. Yeah, Rick, it's a fun project. We've been trying to do. Oh, there's Kevin Smith. He's here. So now we got Kevin. I just added RC Industry as a mod because we know him quite well. He's been here at our house. He's No Name Nationals guy. We've known him for what, I don't know, 4 years at least. Anyway, this ute we're building, we've got the back window and the parts. Some of the parts are out of a Ford Ranger, but the rest of it's pretty much all Valiant.
Yeah, there's a lot of Valiant.
See, Tim says, Wilbur and everybody talked me into pushing to get the Demon to Sikeston this year. Well, that'd be good.
I mean, even if you don't reach that goal, whatever you get done will get you that much closer. But it would be cool. It's more fun if you can drive your project. You know, sometimes people don't get around to it. They never get.
Oh, there you put the other camera up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, there it is.
Why is that got such a bright?
It's got a lot of light on it. I don't know what. You know, that happened once before, and you fussing around with the camera a little bit, and it went back normal.
Oh. Okay.
So I don't know. There's some preference on there, and Dougster's here. Dougster didn't say have no fear. He just is here.
Dougster.
And Levi's Backyard Performance.
Dylan.
That would be Dylan. Dylan's here. Wow, we got a bunch of people here tonight already. Wow. So is it? I'm clicking on some of my preferences here. Yeah, Dylan. I bet it's cold where you are.
Is it still too bright over there?
It's a little on the bright side. I'm sorry, I was looking away, Kim. I don't know. It looks almost normal. I don't know what happened.
Oh, that looks better.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, the ute's coming along. I don't know how much work we're going to do on it tonight. It's so cold.
Are you so cold still?
Well, sitting here with that heater behind me, it really helps. But
It's not cold like it was. Man, was it cold on Thursday.
Yeah. Kim kind of kept coming up here and putting a little wood on the fire all day. So when I got in here tonight, it was like 51 degrees or something in here, but it's 26 outside. Dylan says, so I made a low. Mariposa, that's good right there. Okay, so I'm sorry, I was looking away. Mariposa saw you fix the camera. Yeah, and Dougster says, okay. Have no fear. The Dougster is here.
It was a car, but now it's a...
Well, it's still a car. Because like in El Camino, is an El Camino a car or a truck? Or is a Ranchero a car or a truck? I don't know. And then these things. D-Man. D-Man's here. Good evening. Oh, Dylan says it's in the 30s during the day, but at night, yeah. Same thing here. It was what today, 40, I think, during the day?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like high 30s maybe. But, at night it gets down there pretty quickly. Well, and during the day, I went out to get in the garden tractor because I had a little trailer behind it. I was going to go pick up a load of wood and bring it up this way. And I I went to wipe the water off the seat, and it was a sheet of ice. So I had to get the ice off the seat and then dry it. Fisher Boy says it's a car. Yeah, I mean when I drive it, it's gonna feel like a car. It was a four-door Valiant, and the reason we did it is because Tavo's in Australia. He sent pictures of his car, which is a Australian Wayfarer, a Ute, and I noticed the front doors were short, like the four-door, and that's when I said, "Oh, I know what I want to do to that car." So.
And we built the motor.
Yeah, we already did
for this car.
We already did the engine and everything, so.
A bunch of the suspension and brakes.
And
it's like a derelict old vehicle, but it's just an old.
World of wood chips here. Well, and this Valiant's basically a pretty good car. There's a hole in the floor that's not very big, right under where the clutch would be if it had a manual transmission.
Oh yeah.
So we'll weld that up, and then right behind in the back of the rear wheel wells, there's a couple of spots of rust, but that's it. This is a pretty solid car. So
good southern vehicle. I'm gonna go get a couple different logs.
Okay.
Right,
Kim's going out to get more logs. Levi says El Caminos are 75% truck, 25% car. Man, I don't know. The last El Camino I had was the only El Camino I had was a 72. You could kind of use it like a pickup because you could put stuff back there that you didn't want to put in the car, like a can of gas or, something like that. But it was a car, when you're inside, it sure felt like a car. Dougster says, current 13 Fahrenheit with a high of 16 tomorrow. Heat wave. Yeah. Well, it won't get that cold here. It'll get down to 16 at night. That's hammering.
Sorry.
That hammering, Kim's putting a log or something. Oh, man. Fisher Boy, what's the oldest vehicle I've ever owned? Man, I think it was a 1954 King Midget. If you know what a King Midget is, it's a little tiny car with a one-cylinder engine. The oldest car I've had that was a normal car, probably a 55 Ford. I had a 55 Ford, and several 56s, and several 57s. I never had a 58. I had a 59 and a 60, 61, several 62s. Never had a 63, and I had a 64. So that whole group of that style Fords where they had leaf springs in the back and A-arms up front, I had almost every one of those. But 55 would be the oldest. Let's just say, were you going to put the same cove shape sides on the top? Yes, we are. Yes, that's exactly what we're doing.
Something like that, yeah.
Could be your car, Kevin. Lester, welcome. Blue Grits here. Today I was out and a dusting of snow was predicted. I drove into a spot with whiteout conditions and the dusting had ice under it. Oh, man. Buddy Carafano says, I always liked the 59 El Camino. I'm sure him in here is Racer, Ray that comes in here. 38 Racing. That's his name. 38 Racing, and he's got like a fleet of 59s. But I don't know if he's got an El Camino. But he's got a 59 Chevy two-door that he brings to No Name Nationals every year, and it's got a 454 in it. And I think his father had it, bought it new, and he's got it now. And he's had it for a long, long time. It's original paint. D-Man, oldest I've owned is a 69 Caddy. Mariposa says a 64 Rambler American. Those are, I kind of like those. In 64, see, the Rambler American to me was really an ugly car up through 63. In 64, man, all of a sudden, It's a nice looking car. I really like those things. What's this? Dean Stevenson says MC Hammer time. Oh, MC Hammer. Yeah, MC Hammer time. Oh. Blue Grit, the car next to me at the light got rear-ended. Oh, man. Well, at least it wasn't you. Buddy Carpano says, Buddy Carpano says, 32 Ford, oldest, but too rusty to become considered a car. Oh, I see. I'd love to have a 32 Ford. You know, like the, American Graffiti, that yellow one. That's a pretty cool car. Fisher Boy, I want a 68 Ford Sky Blue like my grandpa's. What, a full-size Ford or Torino or what kind? I'm just curious. I was always kind of a Ford guy back then. I kind of like all cars for what they are. Some cars I like, some I don't. So I'm not really stuck on any make. But I had a bunch of Fords back when I was young. So, which is like 1970, 71, 72, 73. Had a lot of Fords. And then I got an AMC, and I got a 74 AMC Matador in 74. So that got me started on AMCs. Dougster says, a guy I know has a real 396 SS 4-speed El Camino that someone crudely swapped onto an 80s Chevy 4x4 frame. Oh, what'd they do that for? Makes me sad when I see it. He also has a 50 New Yorker that he's letting rot next to the other. Yeah, that's too bad. Dean Stevenson, 58 PA Vauxhall V-Lox, oldest for me. Hey, that's the one I've got pictures of that car you sent me, right? That's the one that's sitting in the street, it's parked in the street. Is that the one? I think that's the one. D-Man, Ramble X was fast. Post this. So it's a two-door. Yeah, if you're talking about that 64 Rambler, man, 64 Rambler two-door. Rambler, it's a Rambler American? Something made me think you said Rambler American. I don't remember what you said. If it was Rambler American, that's the little one that's so nice, came out 64. If it's the bigger ones, the classics and the Ambassador Ramblers, they fixed those and they went from ugly to pretty good looking cars in 63 and later. What they had was a new designer who did a really good job. Look at Dean, I think so. A medium hit, but it was so slick out the car, got hit and moved away like a pool table bar. Man. I was telling Kim, I got a pretty good driving record, except I've been rear-ended 6 times by people who weren't paying attention. And then I got basically assaulted by some idiot that rammed me from the side purposely. And I can't believe I've been in that many crashes, but I never hit anything. I thought I was going to hit things a few times, but I seemed to miss. Patrick says, oldest daily driver, 61 Impala. Oldest owned, 39 holes. 61 Impala. That's the one that has a steering wheel that goes straight across like this. Let's see if I can get myself into the camera. It goes straight across like this. It's got some like holes and then 2 little things and buttons. Best steering wheel ever made. I love 61 Impala steering wheels. That's the steering wheel I want on my car. Buddy Carpano, what car has your favorite dashboard? Oh, a 56 Ford, which is the same dashboard as a 57 Thunderbird. I'd say that's pretty good. Man, I don't know what else. There's some good ones. Johnny, I was watching a video featuring a 70 Javelin SST. Oh, yeah, I remember those. Dean, I could tell Great Britain was no longer a force. After 58, the quality of Vauxhall cars and Bedford trucks all went downhill. Then Opel took them over. Well, was Vauxhall part of General Motors, or was it its own thing back then? Oh, good, thank you. Kim just aimed the camera. Because Vauxhall, when I was in England, Vauxhall was, just it was like getting in a Chevrolet. It didn't look like a Chevrolet, but when you got inside, it's the seats and the upholstery and the whole looks of the construction just looked like General Motors. Barracuda, actually 65 model, but still made up to March of 66. Kevin Smith getting T-boned is no fun. Oh, man. What is this? Johnny C says the vinyl top blended so well in those. Oh, the Javelins. Dean Stevenson says, worst things happen in the sky. Hey, Jay, What It's Like. Hey, everybody.
Hey, Jay.
Jay from What It's Like.
Welcome in.
Anybody? Hey, maybe Kevin, you're good at putting up links. Can you put up a link to What It's Like, Jay's channel? He's got a pretty good channel, and he puts up some pretty good videos about older cars. If you like older cars, he's worth watching.
Yeah, he has a different kind of video, but it's good stuff. He has a good format.
Yeah, he's got a good format. He put up some car I'd never heard of. Now I can't remember what it is, but I told him I went and read about it. What was that thing called, Jay? I'm sure you remember because I made a comment about it. I don't know. You probably get a lot of comments. You might not remember it. Oh, I know. Jay, didn't you say you wanted to call me and talk to me about something? I'm trying to remember. Or did I forget to call you? Whoops. I don't know. Oh, Dean says GM owned them since 32. Okay, it was all General Motors then. Yeah, and Kevin's sitting there working on that old 58. I assume he says the Olds model. I assume he means the 58 Oldsmobile wagon. Kevin builds those a lot of model cars. D-Man, my 78 Buick Electra 225 was T-boned by an old lady in a K car.
Oh.
Hey, Bob, question, are you getting my text messages? Yes, I think so. See, I was thinking you asked me to call you or something. It may have been a text. Shit, I don't know. Hey, and then here's John Copes here.
John Cope. Hello, John. Welcome in. John Cope, purveyor of the No Name Nationals in Sikeston, Missouri.
Kevin, is that the link to What It's Like? I think that's probably what it is. I didn't click on it, but Jay's channel. Okay, great, thank you.
I think 99% of you are following John Cope. If you're not, you want to make sure you're subscribed to his channel and you learn about our Car Club's annual event.
So what I said earlier, but now the link's up there. That's to the channel What It's Like, and that's Jay, and he has a pretty good channel. Cope says Buff never answers my text. Man, I'm sure I have. Maybe not all of them. Sometimes you send out a text and I think it's to a lot of people, and I don't want to respond when I think it's going out to like 40 people or something. But if it's just from you, I think I do. I don't know. Maybe I do. If not, I'm sorry, John.
He's just so popular and busy. He can hardly.
And Jay says, no, it's my fault. I was supposed to send you that weird engine. That's right. You were going to send me something. Burrow made the first monoblock V8 Valley cover a single casting. Yeah, I remember that whole thing, and I was surprised because Henry Ford's the one that's supposed to have done that first, but he wasn't. It was Farrell.
We'll do a little bit of welding. Don't get your
You're going to do some welding? Well, welding's good. It'll help warm us up.
That's right. So don't get yourself flashed. You'll be able to watch on the streets. screen thing.
I'm looking to see if I got any texts from Jay. You know, Jay, I got so many texts. Oh, here we are. Well, Jay, you texted me on Christmas, and I probably didn't respond. And then John Cope sent me an image, and it was a Merry Christmas. I'm sorry I didn't respond. What did we do on Christmas? Oh, we slept, and then we came up here and did a live show. Fish Boy, how long have you been running your channel? God, what, about 2 years now, Kim?
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that, almost 2 years.
I've been doing it longer.
Yeah, she had a channel before me.
You were live streaming longer.
And what?
You were live streaming with Tony before that.
Oh, that's right. Well, see, yeah, I did 2.5 years of live shows with UTG with Tony. You know, Uncle Tony's garage. But I had to go back to work. I was retired, but I ended up going back to work for, it was supposed to be 30 days, ended up being 2 years. So by the time I got back, he was doing other things. And so I started doing my own thing. And I met Kim. That's when I met Kim, was toward the end of that work session. Buddy Carpano, what was your hardest car repair you did out in the cold? You know, I don't know. I remember one time being out in the cold, hating every minute of it, and my wife at the time, was married then, she had a Ford Taurus, you know, like I think it was a 97, and it was up in Ohio, so a brake line had rusted through, right where it goes into the wheel cylinder in the back. So I was back there, brake fluid all over me, just miserable, ice, cold, snow, everything you can imagine. And she needed that car to go to work the next morning, so I was out there at night doing a one-wheel brake job and trying to fix the hydraulics, and then having her come outside. She didn't know anything about brakes, and I'm trying to teach her how to push the pedal down and down and then up and down and up, and I'm trying to bleed the air. Yeah, what a miserable night that was. That's probably one of the worst.
I got frostbite one winter. That was not nice.
Okay, Jay just sent me that. I'll look at it later, but thank you. Okay, what are we doing? I was looking at white steam cars. What did I miss here? Very good. South Africa had the Vauxhall and a small light with a DZ302 Chevy engine. Yes, sir. I was looking at white steam cars just to see what the price range is for them. They're like $88 $100K. So for the price of a new pickup, you could own a steam car. I still can't afford that. Dean Stevenson, but he was reincarnated, the famous UTG and Kimborghini way before that. Huh? Yeah, I had to go back to work. Well, as soon as they offered me work, I went back to work because, needed the money. And good job. But it was supposed to be 30 days, not 2 years. I ended up, I don't remember why they wanted me to go up there. I think they wanted me to go up there to sign off a new technician or something, certify a new technician on the airplane. And then I got there, and they had me design new wings for the airplane, and then go design them and build them and test fly them. Oh, man. That reminds me, YouTube had a memorial of Gearhead last night. Oh, really? I missed that. Who did that? Yeah, there was a car meet in Naylor, Missouri. Fishbowl. Dean Stevenson says 1.5 years before the 2 years, Buff. Don't you remember? Yeah, yeah. Dean, you remember me? Yeah, I'm sure you remember me from being on UTG. Patrick, yes, it was Dougster. I emailed the link to Buff. It was Dougster did it? I'm lost. Dean Stevenson failed. Mr. Gearhead. The Gearhead is cruising. Badass. I think that's supposed to be badass. Power rods on streets of gold in heaven. So, Dougster, it was you that did it? How's I'm betting the brakes worked great by the time she needed to go to work. Oh, they did. Well, Parquet is here. Good evening. Dean Stevenson. It was a great car, Barracuda. The HP Vauxhall Viva and its Magnum for instance platform was a tank. Yeah, I got a small block Chevy. Pretty Carvana changed more brake and fuel lines than I ever wanted. But common in Boston. You know, when I was working on airplanes a lot, but sometimes the airplane work would start to, you know, I didn't have a lot of work. There were a couple of buy here, pay here, used car lots. I just go to them. They always had work for me. And most of the time, guess what it was? You know, I was in Northeast Ohio. Brake lines and fuel lines. And rust. Brake lines, fuel lines, and body rot. Damn. So a rich man figured out a way to bring his gold into heaven. We finally got to St. Peter. He was asked why he brought paving materials in. Very good. Says HC. What year are they? See, they down in Australia and New Zealand, they have all these 2-letter designations for cars that I can't keep up with. It needed a large journal DZ302 and a Muncie. That's weird you say that because I had a 350 Chevy. It was like one of the very first ones, and it was a small journal 350, like a 327. That was a weird engine, but I had it. I had it in a Camaro. But my friend Johnny works for a company in Rhode Island. They're building a huge electric airplane made of carbon fiber. And thought, you know, when I was working out at the test site, I worked on an electric airplane. I mean, you can look it up. There's nothing secret about it because Airbus owns it now. It was called the Zephyr, and it's electric, unmanned airplane, big old giant drone, really, and it doesn't weigh very much, and it's carbon fiber and that kind of materials, and it'd go up over 70,000 feet. I flew that thing, you know, in a ground station, but you could see the curvature of the earth. It was pretty cool. I was flying that thing one night in Arizona, and I could see way down. It was a nice, clear night. I could see way down into Mexico, probably maybe to Mexico City. I don't know. It's like I could see every city down there. It was pretty cool. Steve Stevenson, copied from AI. He has a bunch of stuff there about the Vauxhall. Let's see. No, I said to Patrick how cool it was that YouTube did a memorial for Gearhead. Patrick was just agreeing with me and said he had sent you the link. Well, so that's RC Industry just put up his link again, I guess. No, but I'm pretty sure it was his son that had Gearhead tribute. I sent you the email in case you've not seen it.
Oh, it's just
I don't know, where's my, I'm going to go over here and cheat and look at my email. I'll see if I can see my email from here. It takes me a couple of minutes to, I'm struggling with this, trying to make, why doesn't this do what I want it to do? Let's see if I can pull up my email from here, because now I'm interested to see. Gmail. What is this? Oh, what is it? What is it? Okay, I do have it. I'm gonna close it right now, but I'll watch it later. So I do have this thing about Gearhead, and thank you for sending me that. Yeah, for anybody that wasn't here that night, we were doing a live, and Gearhead was in here, and he was in the hospital, and he knew he was not doing well. And then his sister came on and said he passed away, and that was right during that was an hour into our live. It's like, man, he spent his last moments of his life in our live show. That was a rough one. But it's like, what is the one that got away? Keith Carbett couldn't get it to life circumstance. Mine happened last year as a 55 Nash. Hey, that's what I did. Jay, I sent you a link or something to I think it was a 55 Nash wagon, I think. I don't remember what year it was, but I sent you a link to one that was for sale. But I have no idea what price point you're looking for, but I sent it to you. Dean Stevens is talking about a bunch of engines that I don't know anything about. Piranha. I don't know what the Piranha is. Set up as a B6 Capri. Yeah, Patrick, I saw it. It's a short. Yeah, I found it, but I'll look at it later. Josh Shulman, electric airplanes will never get off the ground. No battery has the energy required to fly an aircraft that big. Well, the one that I flew had like 100-something foot wingspan, and the wings were covered with solar collectors. Okay, so imagine an airplane that's 60-foot wingspan and or I mean 100-something foot wingspan, and the thing didn't even weigh 100 pounds. It was a very lightweight electric aircraft that would go up, and you just park it at about 70,000 feet in orbit up there, and it had its payload was a what do you call it? It's like a radio. It's like a radio relay, like a satellite. So basically, it's a cheap satellite because at 70,000 feet, we could cover an area about the size of Texas and or Iraq, you know. So, but it was built by a company in England, and I worked with them, and the company was called Kinetic, spelled with a Q, and they sold out that design to Airbus. So Airbus has it now, and I don't know what they're doing with it. Doug said, we should be honored that he loved us so much he wanted to be with us. Just got home. But yeah, it was because he'd sent me a note earlier in the day, and I said, he goes, I'm gonna die, you know, and I said, like, yeah, you know, somebody tells you that. I'm not sure what's going on, so I said, go see if you can make it to our live, and he got through almost an hour of our live before he died. Yeah, that's crazy. Gene Stevenson, Gossamer Albatross. Yeah, that thing won't go 70,000 feet. Yeah, that electric airplane had 2 electric motors on it, and it would see above 50,000 feet. There's no wind, so you want to be above 50,000 feet. So you get up to 50,000 feet and you climb during the day, and at night you're running off batteries and you're descending. But you try not to descend very much, you know, because you don't want to get down below 50,000 feet. You get in the wind and you'll go off. end up way somewhere you can't get back. So so you descend some, maybe some thousands of feet. We never got anywhere close to 50,000 feet, but we'd stay up there, and then the daytime you climb and you charge batteries, and at night you descend, and then you're also running little heaters. All the batteries are packed in foam, styrofoam boxes, and they have little flat heaters in there because you've got to keep the electronics warm. It's way too cold up there. So you got a lot of things running on electricity besides the motors. But anyway, yeah, don't get me talking about airplanes. I'll talk too much. Very good. I think I heard that a Slant 6 is only 18 pounds lighter than a 318. Oh, it may be. It's
not terribly light.
It's not a light engine. But well, we'll clarify that. A 225 Slant 6, because the 170 was probably quite a bit lighter. Did I ever work on Air Force One? No. But I was out in California when I was a young guy, in my 20s, in the Air Force. There was a guy that I was working with, and he re-enlisted, and he got his base of preference, which you don't always get, but he got his base of preference, and which was back east, I can't think of it, but he got on with the 89th, and the 89th is the Air Force One and those executive aircraft, and he was so happy. I never saw him again. He got reassigned to the 89th, and God, where is that? I can't think of the name of what's the name of the Andrews Air Force Base, which is now Joint Base Andrews, I think. Blue Grit, I feel like Kim, working on a car and listening to Bub. Not a bad thing. That's what Professor P does. He says he listens to us while he's working on his car. Granted, it's junk. Hey, I saw your comment, Dean. Thanks for watching, brother. He's in 3 videos. Dougster, LA 318 weighs 525 pounds, fully dressed. The Slant 6 is 480 to 550, fully dressed in all iron. Oh, that's another thing. This Slant 6 that's in this Valiant that we're working on, it's got an aluminum 2-barrel intake manifold.
Yeah, that helps a little.
Yeah, because that intake manifold's enormous. So, Dougster, what's a 318 poly weigh? I got a 318 poly I got to put together. I don't know what I'm going to put it in yet. I got a 318 poly. Tom says, oh, I thought he said, I misread it. A Hemi is 50 pounds lighter than a Slant. It's the Hemi 6 that you get down under. It's an inline 6 that's a Hemi, and it's 50 pounds lighter than a Slant. Just cutting all the doors open is a pain. Yeah, I bet it is. I don't know how you do that, have it look right. You know, I didn't have many model cars that had doors that open. The first one I did that had doors open, it was pretty nice. It was the first issue of the Chrysler turbine car. Google says it's 600 pounds plus. God, it's like a FE4. Yeah, they look heavy. I got one of those. Is that heater still on? Yeah, it is. Well, it's 62 degrees in here. Yeah, 600 plus for a poly. You see that Australian Chrysler Slant were heavier. They were 216 kilos versus 238 kilos without full accessories. Quoted 318 LA weights were less than a Cleveland V8, but no one measured them. God, Dean, I was looking on Marketplace tonight for a V8 for my Mercury, and I saw one, and it said 351 Ford. Man, I went right to that because it said 351 Cleveland. So I went right to it, and I got there, and it wasn't a Cleveland. It was it was an M. It was a 351 M. And I know you like those big, heavy engines. Really like Kevin Smith, Johan turbine model is a great kit. I had a bunch of them, and the last one I sold. I don't know if I should have sold it, but I needed money, and all of a sudden it was worth money. But I had several of them that were like second or third issues. I don't know how many they made, how many different times they made that. But I had the very first one I got in 1965, and it was a brand new model, and I built it right then. I remember the doors open and the hood opened, and that was a really cool model. Goes to the LA, and LA 18 stands for lightweight A engine. Yep. Granddad says the Polly's only 60 pounds heavier than an LA. Polly can make some tubes thanks to their canted valve configuration or nickname semi-Hemi. Well, you know, back when those things first started being built, they didn't call them Hemis or Pollys. They called them single shaft and double shaft or dual shaft Chrysler engines. And the Polly was the single shaft. Probably the most sought after model car there is. Really? Man, you know, I decided I wanted to buy a model car. I don't know. After watching you and everything, Kevin. So I got a couple here. I got a 67 Dodge Charger, and I got some Corvettes and stuff that aren't built. But then I thought, you know, I used to have a 66 Dodge Monaco, and I like those big taillights, and I like the nose that's pinched in the middle and everything. Man, I want another one of those. I went on eBay looking, and those things are all $700 and $800 for a kit, an unopened kit. It's like, you got to be kidding me. But a Carapano turbine car looks like a Thunderbird. Strangely, designed by the same guy. What was his name? What was his name? The guy that designed the bunch of Fords, Thunderbirds, and everything. He also did the turbine car.
Come over here, Weldon. You guys can't see me.
Oh, we could see you, Weldon. We could see all the sparks.
That's not what YouTube's about.
Seeing sparks?
See what's happening.
I can't think of his name. I should know his name right off the top of my head, but I.
Whose name? Who are we talking about?
The guy that built the designer that came in to Chrysler that did the Thunderbirds with the big pods in the back, and then he did the Chrysler turbine car. Yep, there you go. Lester Saber's got it. He gets some points for that. Elwood Engel. You know who Elwood Engel is, Kim?
He's that guy who came into Chrysler.
Yeah. I mean, you're gonna repeat what I said. I just wanted a yes or no. Buff, what's in the Dart? The Dart. Kim's Dart? It's another slant six. It's a really nice slant six that we just built.
They both have French motors in them. This one doesn't have 100 miles.
The difference between hers and mine's in this Valiant. Hers is in her Dart. That Dart's pretty tight engine. There's, you know, the clearances are pretty tight, and it's a really nice engine. Mine is kind of loose. It's like 8 thousandths piston to cylinder wall clearance, and we set the rings up to turbo and everything. So yeah, we'll probably pressurize it. Yeah, and Barracuda says Elwood Engel as well.
You also get the point.
So Doug Stewart says, I love the turbine car. The power output of the turbine was about the same as the 318 output. It had terrible lag between hitting the throttle and engine reacting. No, Kevin, I didn't see it. Masturbate. fine folks tonight. Yep, we got a bunch of people. Pretty nice. It's cold here, but I'm glad we came up here and did it. Because Kim's, well, then we got heat going and it warmed up. It's 63 in here now. It was 51 when I came in. But I'm cold. But I'm glad I did because all these people are here. Kim's welding. Yeah, great cooking. Yeah, it'll probably be a year before we know what happened. Year or two. Those investigations are a lot of guesses out there, but they had some problem where they returned to the field and make it. Josh Owen, all you have to do is put the engines on a scale and read the number. Yeah, and I got scales here. You know what well, that almost went before. You know what I wish I would have done was weighed this four-door Valiant before we started cutting it apart. But, I can look at the, the listed weight for this car, and then we can weigh it when we're done. We might have some kind of idea what we did.
It's fine.
Dean Stevenson says a U.S. 1981 Slant 6 was 216 kilograms, but the earlier steel crank saw lifter was 225, was way heavier. Yeah, they lightened it up. Kim, I got to turn around here, get some of this heat on me. I'm freezing. I'm freezing. Man, I'm not looking at the chat.
Go ahead over to
I'm too cold.
Go over to the stove where
Okay.
it's really warm.
Okay, and I'll check that fire.
Check.
You got to come through, and then I'll go through. What's that smell? Oh, you're welding here. I'm cold. I got to go through.
Okay, well, don't wait until you're frozen.
I'm freezing. Well, I start to realize I'm cold.
Oh, man.
Oh, man, it's warmer over here.
It is warm over there. That's why I told you to go over there. All right. Where did scene? Oh, scene.
Well, this thing is hot.
There we go. Throw you over. Lefto Campo's over there. Let's see.
Jim, this thing's like 425 feet. It's a hot fire.
Oh, Kevin Smith, Biffle. Oh, okay. What all did you read? Oh, okay. Master Bake, the Biffle. Yeah. Cletus was crying like a baby, not sure I could go up and spoke at a memorial like that. Yeah, it could be really tough, with a friend passing. I believe that he was sincere, because he seems like a pretty good guy. He's a comedian, entertainer. Let's see. No comments, Dan. Yeah, there could be a big, hundreds of pounds of variation in weight with the different dress. Hugging the stove. That's right. It's warm over there. That stove's putting out what? What's it at? Like 700?
425 feet.
425.
Which is 800.
It's almost 800 degrees. So you don't have to even stand very close over there. But
well, this gate's off by 100. So it's probably about 700.
It's pretty warm. But the heat doesn't really get under the desk over here. So Mrs. Go says, hi, Kim. Well, also hi to Kim, Mrs. Go. And Dr. Go, welcome to the stream. Glad to have you here.
Did you say Dr. Go?
Yes.
Hey.
Steve Lato's the turbine car guy, but pronounces it turban. Turbine. That drives me nuts. Well,
some
Kevin.
People say turbine, some people say turbine.
Turbine. Super turbine. What does Dallas Brown call his super turbine switch pitch?
Switch pitch.
Switch pitch. If you can, get a box fan and hang it up near the stove on low to blow warm air across the room. The box fan, I think the box fan.
We have done that so much it doesn't seem to
took a dump. The problem is that the heat rises a lot as well. And I think there's a draft, a little bit of a draft over here. And draft will get you cold real quick.
Well, it's a metal building, but it isn't.
It is. It's a big metal building. It's like a giant ice box. It's got cold out there tonight, though, too, so we're okay. He needs to get warmed up. And he doesn't think about it. He puts his feet on the concrete here, and the concrete is the last to warm up, right? So if it might be 70 degrees over there, but the concrete here will be 40 degrees. So if you leave your feet on the concrete, they will freeze to the floor. Dallas's Suburban with the Buick engine has a switch pitch in it. Sure does. Buffalo Campbell got to drive it.
I drove that thing about 100, 106 miles, something like that. Going up and down hills, pulling a trailer. The switch pitch was really nice. I mean, it's really a nice thing. Works quite well.
Barracuda asks, is the pronunciation of turbine a regional thing? Yes, I think it very much is.
Oh, God. Dr. Bill, help me understand the switch pitch. Okay, the torque converter has two positions, so it's like two different stalls. It's got like a high stall speed and a low stall speed. And when you step on the gas, let's see, how does it work?
It's got some kind of switch in there.
Far enough, it downshifts. It doesn't downshift the transmission. It changes the stall speed on the converter. So you hear it right away, like you're climbing a hill. Here it sounds like it goes down a gear, but it doesn't. It's the torque converter goes to the high stall speed. Man, it pulls the hill great like that. And then there's a light on the dash that is lit up, and when it goes back out of the switch pitch, it goes to the, it switches to the low stall speed converter. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't know why the auto manufacturers, they only did that for a couple years, and then they...
Well, you know what it was. The original Buick Dynaflow that was a one-speed transmission, all it had was a two-speed torque converter, or two-stall speed torque converter. And then Buick continued that after the Dynaflow for a few years, and then they just did like everybody else did.
Yeah, once they had a three-speed transmission, it was cheaper to make 3 speeds than it was to do the dual range torque converter thing.
Mark Sylvain says sounds a lot like a lockup. Yeah, but instead of a lockup, it's two different. It's two different
turbines in there.
It's two. What do you call it? It's two different stall speeds.
Two different pitch fans, basically, inside of the torque converter. Where a lockup actually makes a mechanical. It's like a lockup. It's a clutch in the.
So Dean Stevenson says 1650 RPM stall speed, and then 2500 RPM when you jump on it. Yeah, but when I was going up and down hills or going on an on ramp, it just was great,
I can't stand listening to that darn
what? Well, the machine.
The howl of that. No. I'm gonna go over and go back to Weldon.
Okay, I warmed up over there, but I want to hear this.
Why don't I bring this over here?
Yeah, okay, do that.
And you, well, no, wait, you need.
No, bring it over here where it was, and I'll just back off from it a little bit. Oh, I started freezing.
Yeah, well, you got to tell me before you get real cold.
Well, I didn't realize how
Make
cold I was.
adjustments.
I didn't realize how cold I
That's
was.
fair, I understand.
All of a sudden, I was like, oh, man,
Yeah, it catches up to you.
I'm in trouble. But when I went and stood by that heater over there, that really helped. Well, yeah, and having it aimed that way a little bit will probably help, too.
Yeah.
Did you finish your coffee?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just make sure it doesn't
Oh, man. Jay Leno says turbine. Adam Carolla says turbine. John Cope said it was the cost of the components that killed it. Oh, like everything, yeah.
Yeah.
Then Kevin Smith shows what turbines really are. Yeah. Gene Stevenson says the ST300 had a two-stage power glide with a two-stage torque converter stall. What did they put that in? I don't know what that is. I've had quite a few power glides over the years, but never one that's that nice. The power glide's okay transmission. I mean, I had one at 66 Chevelle, had a power glide. What the heck is it? Just a minute. I'm not. Yeah, it's gotten colder outside. It's 24 degrees out there.
Yeah, that's why.
It's not getting any warmer. Oh, man. Kim, for some reason, I got some kind of weird thing on the screen here.
Well, you got to click away from it. Click onto a black area of the screen there.
Every black area doesn't do anything.
Oh, I'll come and get it.
Oh, I clicked on every black
What's
area
the problem? It's a bounding box.
Well, I don't know what this striped stuff is over here.
It's a bounding box. Was that the thing?
Yeah, I don't know how.
Okay, look, see here?
Yeah.
When you've got one of those selected, it's going to show it to you. It's got a bounding box.
Oh, I didn't know
So
what did
if you
that.
just click that, it selects no bounding.
You said click a black area, and I clicked like every black area there was, and nothing happened. Because I wasn't in the bright black area.
I didn't realize it had to be down there. Honestly, I thought it could be anywhere.
Hippie Long's here, and he says, pull your hair back, Tim. Dr. Ghost says he came in late. What are we welding? Kim's working on that is a exhaust manifold for a slant 6 that she cut in half, and then we welded. I brazed some mild steel straps on there so she could weld to them, and she's making a flex coupling there. It's kind of funny shaped right now. Some of that's going to get cut off, but it's a flexible joint so that, because those manifolds, they expand and contract with heat and they crack. Well, we're going to put a turbo on there. So she's putting a flexible joint on. Yeah, it's a flange. But the idea of it is it's flexible. Very good. If for some reason there's no VD Valiant or VD Commodore. You know, there was one Commodore that was a really foxy, square-looking thing. I like that looks of that car. I don't know what years those were or anything. You had an opportunity missed. Oh man, this heater warms me up almost too much. I got to move a little bit. Let's say my 62 Buick Skylark had a dual path turbine drive 2-speed automatic transmission. I remember those. Is that the one? That's the one that was after the Dynaflow that had the switch pitch? I don't know. Maybe. Dougster says I'm hanging out in the Wolverine office. Is that where you do your lives from, the Wolverine office? Hey, you know, Dougster, something I really like is that you put your lives somehow. I don't know what that selection is, but those lives that were all. I don't know what I've done here with this camera. The lives that were all missing. Somehow you made it so they're all there. Hippie Long says, turn the heater down to make the fuel last. Yeah, you know, there's a good and bad side to that. What happens is I get too close. But if we leave it up a little bit, it heats up this end of the shop, heats up all these objects over here. But then I forget and I start getting my knee up too close to it, and then I get too hot.
Building needs the heat.
Kim says the building needs the heat. Well, it was 52 degrees, I think, when I came in here, 51 or 52, and it is now 65. So that's helped a lot, you know.
Yeah, but after you've gotten cold once, you'll get cold as soon as you walk away from the heat now.
Yeah, when I walked over to that wood stove, man, it's nice over there.
Yeah.
79 to 85 or 86, Commodores are boxy. Oh, okay. See, I used to get a magazine called Street Machine. In the 80s, I got that. It was an Australian magazine called Street Machine. And I really liked that magazine. And it opened my, you know, the whole Australian world up to me. And I liked the Commodores and I liked the Monaros back then. And yeah, I don't know. There were a bunch of cars that I really started liking that were cars down under that we didn't get here. Less of Saber, yes. Different than Dyna. Yeah, Dynaflow was a single speed. Shortly of 61 to 63. Okay, so it had the switch pitch that the Dynaflow had, maybe something like that.
Yeah.
Dexter says, didn't the Slim Jim GM transmission have a switch pitch converter? Slim Jim. I'm not sure what that is. Hippie Long says, I watch so I can gain points like Green Stamp. Kim and I were talking about making a catalog so people can spend their points.
If we were in
talking
studio,
about
that's what we were going to do.
We were talking about that today in the middle of the afternoon.
It was too cold to come out. That's what
it was too cold to go to the shop, so we were talking about making a catalog. Oh, man. I said, you know, that's going to cost a bunch of money. And she goes, yeah, to have the catalog printed. I'm like, nah, we got to do it online. You don't print it. You put it online.
See, but I think the catalog itself is the cool souvenir.
Yeah, the catalog is the souvenir. Oh, man. Dean Stevenson, BB, VC, VH, and DK Commodores. 78 through 80, 80 and 81, 82 to 84, 85, 84 and 85. So the boxy one was like the 78 to 80. It looked like a boxy Impala, like our Impalas from 77 through like the mid 80s. Except it looked better. Street Machine was available in America? No. Street Machine, I'm trying to remember how I found out about it. What happened was I was building radiators. I was building a lot of aftermarket radiators for, you know, like V8 conversions where people put big blocks in Corvettes and they put small block Chevys in Vegas and mini trucks and all that stuff. This is in the 80s, and that was a popular thing to do. So what I did was I started building radiators that would bolt in, specifically bolt in for those swaps. Well, in the summertime, I was so busy, I could work all day, all night, and I couldn't get all the work done. And then in the wintertime, I starved. So, okay, I got to do something in the wintertime. So I started thinking about the Australian market, and they must be building hot rods down there. Well, hell yeah, they are. So somehow I found out about Street Machine magazine. It wasn't online, no online back there. I probably went to the library or something. So then I ordered the magazine, so it came in the mail. So I got Street Machine magazine, and then I started making calls down there. You know, I started learning who was who and who did car shows and who the movers and shakers were in the magazine world down there. And I got talking to them. So I was going to build radiators for some of those cars. But way you have to ship the stuff down there, you know, you can't ship it by air. It's too expensive. So you got to box up all this stuff and put it on a ship and get it down there. So what would happen is I'd have to build all those radiators during my summer when I'm busy. I was already busy. I was trying to get busy in the wintertime. So it never worked out. But what did happen was I kept getting the magazine for a while. Dr. Go, I saw you in Mexican Specs Live today, but then it froze and I had to jump off. Okay, what happened was, yeah, it froze really bad toward the end, and he sent me he messaged me on Instagram and told me, he says, tell everybody that we made it, we're there, wherever they were going, wherever they stopped, and he goes, they didn't have any internet, so I just jumped on there and told everybody that he had made it. And John Wilburn's here. Good evening.
John already was here.
Oh, he was?
John Cope earlier.
John Cope was here earlier. Two different Johns. Yeah, Granddad says Mexican road trip was live is pretty good. Yeah, he does those sometimes when he's going to get a car, deliver a car or something. He does the road trips. It's pretty good. You know, in Mexico, to me, other than the border towns where I go, I don't know anything about Mexico. And I watch those lives and I see what the roads look like and I see how things are, and it's, you know, it's pretty interesting. They got some pretty nice roads, and it's different, but it's, you know, it's a pretty nice place. Certainly was warmer there. God, I was here freezing, and people up north of us were really freezing, and he's middle of winter, it's 85 degrees, you know. Very good. I still got a couple of issues of English Street Machine, early 80s. Is that magazine? Well, no, it's an online magazine now because I'm subscribed to that magazine online, but I don't look at it much. Doug, so you can turn in your points for stainless steel products from the toaster to a waffle iron, all the way up to the price of a DeLorean. Or for Mexican steak, you get the bone stock Chevy Vega. Too bad they didn't make the Vega out of stainless. Those things be all over the place. Alas, there's no funding for the prize book. Well, the big prize would be the Subaru. That's a real good deal. Subaru is 50 points. But you got to come get it. We won't ship it. Dean says H, that's the H series and W series Holdens. HJ, HX, HZ, WB 74 to 85. Okay. I'm going to, see, I want to remember that. So you know what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a picture of that. So later, when I'm out off here, I'm going to go look that stuff up. Barracuda. Chick Henry used to organize the Street Machine Summer Nats back then. Dean, what are you talking about? Horse boobs and burnout. The 360 Magnum Ram Charger ran very well. Dean, did you ever go and see the boobs on bike at Chrysler? Dr. Go saw one of those Mexican Ram Chargers at Chrysler at Carlisle years back. Okay, yeah, that's what he was driving. Stay home like a nun. How about HQ is Buff's favorite, particularly the HQ Monaro. Yeah, I like the Monaros from back then. What was the other one? Torana. That was a car I'd never seen before, and people were putting a General Motors V8 that we didn't get up here, and it's smaller than the small block Chevy. It was, I don't know, it was like 308 cubic inches or something. I don't remember what it was, but it was an engine that we just didn't see here, and I've always wondered what that thing's like. Oh man! And then we actually did get the Monaro up here much later. You know, the whatever it was, 02, 3, 4, somewhere in there, the GTO. So there's one for sale right now in Clarksville. We drive by it all the time. The yellow one, and it's like, Kim, there it is, there it is, there it is.
Yeah, he owns
And she won't stop. And I think she's afraid that I'll like it. Yeah, that thing's 22 years old now. Yeah, I mean it's a fairly small car with a Corvette engine in it. You know, very good. I don't think there was a BD Montesi. So, Tavo, I asked you earlier how you're feeling. Are you doing better? But I wasn't paying attention or something. I don't know what happened. Either you know, I probably missed your reply. Uh, Dean says what is that thing? Barracuda? Like HQ is a Sublime 69 Pontiac Tempest like machine. I don't know what that fish is. Is that a shark? I don't know what the hell that is. The shark? Sublime 69 Tempest like machine. Driven by PMDs, that's Pontiac Motor Division. George Roberts, an Australian Ukrainian, Phil Smooth. We can't see him because he's in the way of those sparks. All we could see was your back. Oh, man. Kind of stuck at 65 degrees. It says 65 on that wall, but it doesn't feel like 65 at all. It's probably 65 right where that thermometer is. Tyler says, I can't say I'm great, but just about feel like giving it all up. No, don't do that.
Give it time, Tavo. Be patient. Healing takes time.
You know, I'm getting to the point where there's things I can't do. My health is okay, but I got annoying stuff that happens, and my left arm has no strength left, and it shakes, and it's when I'm trying to work in the shop, it's really annoying. And even writing with my right hand, I can't write anymore, and part of it's being out of practice, 35 years, whatever, of typing on a keyboard instead of handwriting, you know. So I can still do my signature; it just sort of happens. But if I try to take notes, man, I'll grab a laptop and start taking notes because I just can't, you know. And in the shop, there's things I was really good at. Now, there's things I just can't do so well. And welding's one of them. Dudster says, an engineer at one of my past jobs claimed to own a Callaway Corvette, but we never seen it. Not even a picture of it. I still think he was fibbing. Dean says, I would like the Mazda Montrose with an RX-5 rotary. with an HX Holden Maryland petrol body. I, you know, Mazda Mantra, I don't even know what that is. RX-5? I don't know what that is. Not to go, Dougster sounds like what we would say about monster deer hunting stories. Actually, I said if you don't have pictures, it doesn't exist. The other thing I can't do well anymore, it just depends on the day, is driving. Some days are good days. Today was a good day. I drove. But the last time I went to the doctor, I said to Kim, you know, would you mind taking me to the doctor? And she goes, no, I'll take you. So we went in the Jeep, and I rode to the doctor. And I don't know, just some days I know I shouldn't be driving a car. And some days I'm like, today is like, I was fine. What happens is my vision starts getting kind of crappy, and I'm just not on top of my game. It's like, okay, I shouldn't be driving today. Blue Grit says, the thing I do not do so well now that I'm older is think. You know, I can think all the concepts. Like if I were designing an airplane wing, man, I can still do it in my head. But remembering like the names of suppliers and the names of some products and things, I can't pull it out of my brain. But it's like I can see the part in front of me. I understand how it works. The concept's all there. I can still do the engineering work. It's kind of strange, you know. Tim's here saying hi. Very good. I had an HQ Monaro when I was 22. It was brown metallic. For some silly reason, I painted it Ford Monza red with its black vinyl roof. I'd done it in the mongrel mob colors, unwittingly. I'm going to have to find out what that is, an HQ Monaro. I would like to go look this stuff up later. I'm going to snap a picture of that. And then later, after we're finished here, I'm going to look up some of these cars so I understand what they are. And some of them I'll recognize them from when I used to get the Australian Street Machine magazine. That was a great magazine. Whoever did that, besides the writing and the you know what the content, the quality of the magazine was outstanding. The color and the, you know, there's print and there's print, you know, and that was an outstanding magazine. Dougster says, I feel bad for people who have Parkinson. It begins to show up their handwriting. Man, that's how I feel with this hand. Although this hand is really steady. This hand shakes like hell. But all that happened since I got in that crash. It all affected my right side. And I spent a lot of time in physical therapy, but the money ran out, you know. So it helped a lot. I gained a lot of strength in this arm, but it's still like half the strength of this arm. And this is still, if I try to do something with my left hand, like I can't TIG weld because that takes both hands. And I can't solder with a darn. I got to brace this hand and hold solder, you know, like put a 2x4 block or something there. And yeah, it's VRS. I got that. Hippie one says, I'm glad cursive went away. Well, how do you sign your name? It's like Mexican Spec was saying his son had to sign something, and he didn't know how to sign his name. So he made some kind of symbol. Hello, have you had a stroke? He had something happen. Very good. Mine was an LS with a 400 Chevy 4-speed manual. Man, I had a 400 Chevy, but I never put it in anything. And I did some kind of weird 3-way, 4-way trade or something. That engine went away on that trade. In fact, that 400 Chevy, excuse me, ended up in remember my Cougar? My 67 Mercury Cougar that had the small block Chevy in it? It had a 327 in it, but that 400 ended up in that car, and then the kid that got it crashed it. Just absolutely destroyed that car. Josh Holman, X-Jet, one of my other subscriptions. His Parkinson's, and he keeps it under control through vigorous exercise. You know, the guy that had Parkinson's that was he really struggled with it was Neil Armstrong. You know, first guy to put his foot on the moon. He got Parkinson's really bad when he got older, before he passed away. And I'd watch him, and he really tried to control it. He had a real hard time. Dean Stevenson. In '79, Mazda in Europe had the Mazda 626, renamed the Mazda Montrose. I had a 626 here on one of my used car lots. After the festival and yacht area in Switzerland, where the place burned down and smoke on the water. Faith's here. Good evening. Lester Save says, keep trying, Tavo. Your friend, all of us. What are you doing? That's a cold thing. I guess it'll warm up.
What are you talking about? I was wearing it. I'm sweating.
Oh.
You don't think it's warm?
Oh, it is now. Yeah. Just the edge of it touched my cheek or something. It was cold. I don't know what it touched. It was cold. Mr. Simpson is good. I don't know who these people are. Bruce is a real trooper. Brett Ford's here. Good evening. Says here Mazda RX-3, Mazda RX-4. Yeah, back in the day, when those cars were fairly new, the engines crapped out a lot because there's an O-ring. There's the red O-ring that's between the water jackets and the combustion chamber, and then there's a black O-ring that's between the water jackets and the outside air. Well, the red O-ring that's on the inside, those things would burn up right by the combustion chamber, and then coolant would go in the combustion chamber, and then it doesn't compress, so the engine's locked up. And then people let them sit around forever. Well, I started rebuilding those things. I hired a guy that had worked at a Mazda dealer, and he taught me how to do it. He and I rebuilt about 40 engines the first year, and we did a lot of RX2s and RX3s, and the RX4s weren't failing yet, but we did a few RX4s, and we maybe did a pickup truck, which is the same engine as the RX4s. And I'll tell you when we were doing it, it's when the RX7, the very first RX7 came out, because an auto transporter went by. My shop was on a main street. It came by one night, and the guy got out, and he was asking directions how to get somewhere. And it had RX7s all over. We were out there looking up underneath the RX7s, the first ones we saw. And that's when we were rebuilding all those RX2s and RX3s. And we did a couple of R100s, which are really different. R100 is a 70-inch engine, but it's just completely different inside. The way all the O-rings are, it's just crazy. It's really complicated compared to the RX2 and RX3 engines. Granddad, those Mazda rotary cars are fetching good money now. Are they? I did so many of those, and then I didn't want to do them anymore. I got sick of them. I don't know why I just did. Well, that's when I was getting into airplanes, and a lot of people thought it'd be a good airplane engine, but they're not. They're terrible on fuel. They run really. The exhaust is so hot. It's like I don't even know how you make that exit on an airplane. Let's see. Perry Randall's dad, Stan, my favorite teacher, had an LS 202 Monaro. Alexander. Dr. Ghost says, I remember when they tried and raced rotary Wanko outboard motors. Very good. In the 400 to be quite low powered. Finds a raffle prize from a hot rod club. It was lively. Still had a smooth idle though. You got it from a raffle prize? Man. Mexican Spec, good evening. Hello, Buff. Dr. Spec is here with us. Well, good. See, you all found each other. Yeah, you know, we were watching you, and you'd what do they call that thing? That thing that circles in the middle of the screen? That thing that says you're buffering. That thing would come on for a while, and then you'd be back, and then it'd come on for a while, and then you'd be back because you were going through the mountains and having trouble with connection. And then you went away and never came back, and then you got me on Instagram and told me you guys made it to where you're going. It'd be long. To put a life expectation in perspective, when Jesus lived, it was 25 years. 30 after Romans, all the way to 52. The 1910s now, 78. We're on borrowed time, yeah. We're beyond warranties, yeah. I'm getting really warm. Keep doing the I'm going to skip some stuff here because things are going by really fast. Okay, Mexican brother Dean still building engine things, almost 80. There's EFI mapping. Very good. I remember an HC LS Monaro in Alexandra, red metallic. So where are you, Mexican Spec? I assume you're in a hotel. Or did you go all the way home? You couldn't have gone all the way home, man. I also remember seeing car show news on TV when a person walked out carrying an all-ceramic rotary Mazda engine, showing how light that was. I never saw it again. I could stand over rotary and compact. I could pick one up, but you know, you had to use an engine hoist. You know, the thing with an arm to install them. You know, they weren't that light. But you know, it was a small engine. It was 71 cubic inches.
Power rate ratio. I'm surprised they just built it for airplanes.
Well, the problem with the airplanes was the exhaust was so hot, and they got their power at a real high RPM, so you had to gear them, and they just ended up weighing a lot and had a heat issue, you know. Roadster GM had a rotary engine program that they could get the emissions down and eventually scrapped the whole program.
Yep.
Strangely enough, DeLorean was supposed to be a rotary powered. Yeah, so was the Flying Fishbowl. What was that thing called? The AMC. I can't. The Pacer. That was supposed to be rotary, which is why the.
Can you see that? Okay. I'm being working right here.
Yeah, which is why the tunnel was so high, because the eccentric shaft is quite high in the engine. But then they ended up putting AMC, you know, piston engines in them. Oh no, that fell. Hit me long. 4 days ago, my roommate got diagnosed with pneumonia. 3 days ago, he went to the hospital. 2 days ago, he found out he needs triple bypass and dialysis. Oh, man. We're in a hotel and be there till Monday. I got to go away from the chat for a minute. I'm going to miss some. Okay, Kim, I'm sorry. I was, are you camera? Did it hurt the manifold? Didn't snap it in half or anything. The huge connections that DeLorean had, I'll bet that it was the GM rotary that was going to power the DeLorean until the demise of the GM program, just hunch I've come to. Well, sadly, the DeLorean ended up coming out right when everything ran out of power, and we were in that era of nobody knew how to make an engine emissions work correctly.
Dang it!
No ground. Buddy Carpano, Buff, do you remember Roman numerals? I had to explain to a friend went to men. Maybe what they meant for Super Bowl. Oh, I remember Roman numerals well. What was I just doing something with Roman numerals? Like today. Doing something with Roman numerals. I can't think of what it is right now. They're showing a good thing. Those cars are emptying up and with building them. Troubles there in Northern Ireland didn't help. That didn't help. And then the engine they used is, just sad that you had to use that. Next Spec wants to do a live later tomorrow night. The hotel room is on the beach. Oh, you're going to stay there for a few days. I thought like tomorrow you were like headed home. Man, that truck you picked up, that thing, man, when you're passing people, that thing sounds good. So it's no longer cutting out, or it didn't sound like it was. So it's just surprising the Irish got along the whole time the Ireland assembly plant was operating. They knew they had a good job for a change. Didn't want to mess up a good thing. Yeah, take us all to the beach. Hell yeah. Heavy long. Kim, after you weld the box of your union, blow up an M80 inside it. It'll make a round and bigger volume space.
Oh, there you go. What is that called? Explosive forming? What's that called?
And then Patrick puts their 2026 in Roman numerals. That would be good, brother. Check out all the hotties on the beach. Yeah, they don't do that much here anymore. I don't know what happened. We used to go to the beach when I was young, and there are all the hotties on the beach. Now you go to the beach, and there's like, they're all wearing like these big, baggy, black, long pants. I don't get it. It's not like it used to be.
If you want to wear something, you're allowed.
Yeah, I could wear a bikini, right?
If you want. Mankini.
We're in Matzla, the Mexican Spec.
Nice. What's the Matzayu?
So Mexican Spec was explaining on his. They got all talking about Mexican food, all the people in the chat, and he got talking about in Mexico, different places have different food. It's not like the U.S. where Mexican food is kind of like Mexican food everywhere is the same. He says different areas have different kinds of food, and I'm just wondering what it's like in Mazatlan. Take us to I don't know, you're going to eat in a restaurant? Take us to a Mexican restaurant in Mazatlan. That'd be pretty cool. Get to see what's there. Kevin said, not going to the beach on Lake Erie. I used to do that in the summertime. Geneva on the lake and the little beaches around there, they were pretty nice, I guess. But in the wintertime, you can walk across the lake. I walked out onto the lake, and the ice, as the ice doesn't have anywhere to go, as it freezes and it expands, so it makes like, makes like mountains, and you walk along all these hills, and it's just where the ice is bunched up. Man, it belongs to up and beach. Well, yeah, of course, go to the beach too. Grandma in a thong, no thanks. Faith wants to know, Kim and Buck, what's your favorite movie on Disney Plus? I don't think I've ever seen Disney Plus. I'm not a big movie person. The last time I went to a theater to see a movie, I always laugh about this. I took my youngest son to see Pokemon 2000. And you're probably not old enough to even know what that is.
Pokemon 2000 meant it was futuristic. It was 1995.
No, it was in 2000. Patrick, Grandma in a thong cracked me up. Mexican Spec says the thing here is seafood, but since it is a tourist probably area, ARSA. ARSA used to be the name for Class C airspace. Tourist area. They cater to them. Yeah, and he wrote ARSA twice. And I know Mexican Spec doesn't like either doesn't like or can't eat seafood. Like my oldest son can't eat seafood. But you know what? He'll go fishing and he'll eat the fish he catches. But he won't eat seafood like at a restaurant or anywhere else. And he absolutely cannot eat shellfish. Yeah. I gotta take this thing off like that. Mexican Spec. Oh, man. Yeah. Very good. I'm on a seafood diet. Man, I'm on a diet right now, and mostly what I'm eating is anything with low carbs, but mostly vegetables. Mostly I'm eating lettuce and cabbage. And Kim's mad.
Just made a little piece of metal, and the first thing I did was just knock it out on the floor.
Oh, she dropped her piece of metal on the floor.
And it's gone.
Tavo says seafood diet. I see food, I eat it.
Right. That's kind of seafood diet.
Blue Grit, one of my favorite movies was The Toxic Avenger. You know what I think is funny is many, many years ago I saw Soylent Green. Now that's in 1973, so that's maybe somebody's seen it since then. But they actually have a drink now called Soylent Green, and you can buy it and drink it.
That's weird. Really weird. All right, I'm just filling this up with level.
Barry Kuda says, I think the last movie I saw in theater was Gone in '67. Nicolas Cage. I thought was lame. Was that the first one or the second one? The first one, it was kind of lame, but it was kind of exciting. The second one was not. Of course, the second one's never always good. I guess that's the second one. That's the second Gone in 60 Seconds. Nicolas Cage. Hey, we gained another degree. 66 up on the wall. Yeah, the second one I only watched. It was so bad I only watched part of it. Yeah, Blue Grit, Soylent Green, recycled human food. Yeah, there's actually a drink called Soylent. Look it up. You can buy it. They have it on Amazon. You can buy Soylent Green. Drink it.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Toby Hallecky. I couldn't think of his name. Yeah, he got killed in the second one. It's just he found her part. She's welding. I hope everybody comes in here on Tuesday night when we do our in studio live. I already forgot what the subject was. What was the subject? Somebody will remember. Uh, but of course, if you come in on Tuesday night, you can send pictures of anything you want: your own car, your shop, your dogs, your cats, yourself, the highway you're driving on, whatever, drag strip. I don't care. Whatever it is that you want to show. I got to move this camera again. I can see I'm struggling to stay in the camera. Why am I having so much trouble with this? Because I turned it the wrong way. Oh, that's right. Roadsters. Roadsters and convertibles. That's right. Roadsters and convertibles. Tavo, I have the old original Gone in 60 minutes. Gone in 60 seconds. Gone in 60 seconds. Yeah, that's a pretty good movie. And what's really funny is they ended up going through the Mazda dealer where I used to buy my Mazda parts from. I thought that was pretty funny. With Torrance Mazda. They smashed up a bunch of cars in the Torrance Mazda. Yeah, gone in 60 seconds. So, for those of you who are not usually here, Tuesday night, 7 o'clock. No, 8 o'clock. We're going to move it up the hour.
Oh, that's right. We're moving the time.
8 o'clock on Central Time. We'll start the live where we show everybody's pictures. I'll put up an email address. You can send in pictures right during the live, and I show pictures, or we both show pictures. So we really have a good time. Thursday and Saturday nights we do the live from the shop, and Tuesday nights we do it from our studio. Dr. Go says, watching Kim weld makes me miss welding. I remember watching some excellent welders that I learned from. I remember seeing heat blankets used, and they talked about stress relief, so many metals. Brett Borg, Mazda 20B REW. Mazda R26B. Tavo, brain is shit. Oh, man. Sorry. Tim went to the drive-in to see Vanishing Point. Man, I haven't been in a drive-in since I was a kid. Olive's here. Good evening. They have drive-in movies in Australia and New Zealand. Was that a thing there? It was really a thing here in the 50s and the 60s. It was really a thing, and now there's still a few of them around. Dean Stevenson, I watched with my kids, Mrs. Ecstasy, me, Ash, Eden, and a bun in the oven. Okay. Barry Kuda says, the only drive-in movie I saw was Bird on a Wire in Melbourne. Well, when we were kids, my parents would do that a couple of times a year. It wasn't like something we did a lot, but probably a couple of times a year. They had a 56 Ford station wagon. And they'd put a mattress in the back. They'd put all seats down. And they'd sit up front. And then we'd get up there and lean on the back of the front seat. And they'd always have two features. And we'd watch the first one. And then they had blankets back there. And the kids, after the first movie, we had to lay down and go to sleep. And then they'd watch the second one. And we used to do that in the late 50s, early 60s. And I remember that it was a good family thing to do. And they took us to movies that were funny and kids would think they were funny, you know. Jerry Lewis kind of stuff. Taos says, drive-ins were huge in the 50s through the 80s. Only one I know of still in South Australia is in Coober Petty. I don't know where that is. Desolate opal mining town. Okay. I saw something else here. Oh, Alice says, hey, Bob, I caught Mexican's road trip in a really bad reception area earlier. Yeah, he went through quite a few bad reception areas, but then a lot of it was good, too. There was a lot of good parts. And then he didn't know what I was talking about. And now I'm going to explain it. He'd be driving along, and then there'd be these white lines across the road, like they look like little speed bumps. And he'd go like, run over them. And I go, what are those? I didn't figure it out for a long time that those were, there'd be a series of those. They'd be distant apart. And they go, and they get closer together. And then there'd be a toll booth. So I figured out it was probably a, hey, slow down thing. But then sometimes they were like, there was nothing around. I didn't know why those things were there. Man. So Mexican spec, when you're out in the middle of nowhere, and there's a bunch of those, look like little baby speed bumps, you run across like a quarter mile of them. What the hell is that? Somebody said it was to keep you awake. I don't know. Yeah, rumble strips. That's a hell of a rumble strip. They're painted white and they go all the way across the road. Here, the rumble strips are along the edges. You know, you get over too close to the edge of the road and they, you know, these things are like little speed bumps. Very Kuda says, there sure is a lot in the news. Yeah, we're probably not going to cover that here.
Oh my God!
You can watch the news before or after you're on our live. Let's see.
We're not allowed to talk about anything that isn't on the mainstream media anyway.
Yeah, I'm not going to cover any kind of news gets everybody upset with each other, and I'm not going to cover that in here. Coober Pedy is halfway to the Northern Territory. Oh, 850 kilometers from Adelaide. It's out in the middle of nowhere. Kevin Smith, wake up, bump, please. Where the hell is Mexican Spec never answered? I don't know, maybe he walked away. Oh, here it is. He did answer. That is to get people to slow down when something's coming up. Yeah, but sometimes there was nothing coming up. Or I didn't see, or maybe I just didn't see what was coming up.
The direction he needed to go.
They're before curves too. Oh, they're before curves. Mostly for nighttime driving. There are no street lights out there. Okay. I wasn't going to the contest. It's just been keeping me busy. What is this, Buddy Carpano? I had
Can you see what I'm doing at all, or did I move myself off the screen?
No, you're right in the middle of it. Okay, it said it had the stink to run over pink paint like Mexican spectator. You know, and the pink paint was still in the road from years ago when he ran over it when it was fresh. Thomas says, we have wake-up bumps on main highways, 200 meters from T-junctions, 6-inch wide strips about 3 inches high. 3 inches high? That's huge. Granddad says the only drive-ins they had were at the ATM. Mexican says when there's cross traffic, it can be for that too. Okay, so that would happen because there's your roads are like freeways, except sometimes there's cross traffic where we wouldn't have that. So that makes sense. Yeah, I just see them come up. I go, what the hell is that? And I'm trying to ask, and nobody understands what I'm talking about. Tim says, I don't remember. Did Kim put another motor in her monkey bike after No Name Nationals? No.
Haven't touched it.
Has not touched it. Very good. I used to have a
I don't know if I'm going
bumps
to.
next to me. Okay. At 3 inches, that is a speed bump. I remember I had a Vega, and you go over speed bumps, you had to go over real slow. And when you went over, front wheels, and then the car would come. The car would hit, like that, would hit the speed bump. But it was just above it, so it wouldn't drag. But as it came over, it would always bang into the bottom of the car. That Vega's set low. Tim, I think mini bikes are dead. Yeah, I don't know. They have them. They call them monkey bikes, but the monkey bike races at No Name National. We might take one. Oh, if we take this thing, Kim, we take this car to No Name National. We can put the mini bike in the back. Luis is here. Hello. Sorry for being late. No, that's okay. People come, people go. It's good to see you. Tavo, almost not 6 inches wide, 6 bumps, and they're about 3 feet wide, 3 inches high. It's still high. Oh, it says torsion bars are pretty good for speed bumps. Not sure why. I never had any problem with any Chrysler products that had torsion bars. I don't know. Maybe I just didn't have the set network. That 63 Plymouth I used to drive, that thing was almost on the rubber bumpers. It was down really low in the front end.
I mean, this could be cranked up higher.
Oh, why would you want to?
I don't know.
Well, Olive said something about the torsion bars were pretty good for speed bumps. I'm not sure what she meant by that. Tim, at our age, careful about saying people go. Oh, okay. Well, they come into the chat. They leave the chat. I'll say that.
Oh, I'm so glad I had that fan on.
Have the fan on. Kim, we've been here over 2 hours.
Have we? Let me go grab a piece of firewood and I'll be right back.
She's going to grab more firewood. Firewood? I might be able to take this thing off. Let's just keep it back there by my neck. It has warmed up in here. 66 is what it says on the thermometer, but it doesn't feel that warm. Oh, it says torsion bars are being kind of loaded both ways to an extent. Just meant you could take them without so much clashing back. What do you mean they're loaded both ways? They're just like a coil spring, except they're stretched out long. That, that's in Arizona, the London bridges. I was so disappointed. I have seen that bridge. Yeah, I really like torsion bars, except they're getting in the way of doing headers, you know. But man, like I really like torsion bars because you can adjust everything. This car's got torsion bars. Her Dart has torsion bars. I wish the car still had that, you know. Although I was down at Uncle Tony's one day, we were trying to put headers in or take headers out. Which way was it? And out of a B body with 440 in it, man, it was a tough one. Yeah, London Bridge is in Arizona. They moved it. It's it goes across from. Does it actually go across from Arizona to California? It's right there in very northwestern Arizona. Anyway. It's a tourist thing. Tim says, I got a lot of battle scars since I retired to keep me going. Yes, England sold it. And dude put it on the Colorado River. Yep. Yeah, it's a tourist thing now. Oh, it says right-hand drive slant six. Slant six. You have to pull out the right torsion bar to remove the steering box. You know, that's something. What happened? You turned the camera off.
Oh yeah, I've been done welding for.
Well, I'll fix it so we're just one camera again.
Okay. That is such a mess.
So that's something that I noticed on like an A-body Chrysler product. The engine's offset to the right side of the car by quite a bit because of the steering box and all that stuff. And then down under, they didn't offset it the other way. They left it offset to the right. So everything they made room for on the left side of the car is on the right side of the car, and it's all crammed in that small spot. Yeah.
The J-body torsion bars are completely different. They go across the front of the K member instead of. Have you seen them?
Well, what was the cars that were like a B body that had the crossface torsion bar? They came out with the Velaris and the.
That's the same. Okay. The J body.
Yeah, and then after that, there were some cars that were like a little bit bigger than the Velaris and the Aspens.
There's the FJ&Ms. There's the New Yorker and the.
Yeah, they use them for police cars. Well, those crosswise torsion bars, they got links in there, and the links have some kind of rubber bushings.
Is there a Monaco or something like that?
Yeah, it's probably a Monaco.
And that's what his car would be like.
Those police cars, every service we were in there replacing those links for those torsion bars because they tear them up so badly. So I dealt with those crossways torsion bars a lot, and I really don't like them, although they are out of the way of the headers.
Mexican Spec says there's a lot of lurkers. Can you stop in and say hi?
Yeah, we've had over 40 people in here most of the evening. Pretty
really?
Cool.
Well,
yeah.
It's Saturday night.
It was 44 for a while, 45, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we had quite a few
I'm
people.
Sorry, I was welding.
Well, maybe that's why they were here, to watch you weld. Very good. There's an English TV series. What is that word? Schwederson, that comedy about reconstructing an English bridge in Arizona. That would be it.
What was the picture that you used for the thumbnail for the video? Seems like
it was the same one we used last time.
With my car.
You with the car, but I changed the wording on there. It says in the cold or something.
Oh.
Yeah, I can't believe we weren't even going to come up here. We were going to try to do something down in the house because it was too cold. But Kim started the fire earlier. and we had it warm enough in here. We decided to come up.
Faye
I'm
says
glad
her
we did.
cat is sick. Boy, cats don't get sick very often. I'm sorry your kitty's sick. Give your kitty extra cuddles.
There's a guy that's a Russian guy that I watched that he moved out of Russia when they started having all the problems. He escaped from their army, and he and his girlfriend live in Thailand, and they have cats. And he's had a cat. That cat's been sick, and then take him to the vet, and they start getting better, and then they're back at the vet with that cat. And they're struggling with that cat. And if any of you want to watch him, he goes like, "This is easy." His name's Ivan, Russian name, but he goes by Sanctioned Ivan because he's sanctioned. So Sanctioned Ivan, and he does a daily blog, just whatever he's doing that day. But they've taken the cat to the vet numerous days. And he's a car guy. That's the other reason I watch him. Put a big V8 engine in a Datsun. Does that sound like fun? Kim Wells things sounds like an idea for a new channel.
I don't know, Tim. Do I need more channels? Do I need more channels?
What was this? All says, oh, Buck would know. I'm not sure what it was about. Grand Fury. Oh, Buddy Carpano up there. Look, because I'm scanning up, says Grand Fury. It could have been. I think there were. Man, I don't remember what those police cars were. I worked in a shop, is a wheel alignment, brake, tire shop, and the police department would bring in they bought tires from somewhere. They'd bring them in, there'd just be a big stack of their tires there. And when they got down, we had a little gauge you stick down there, and they got to a certain point, they wanted tires put on the cars. We did all the oil changes and service and all that kind of stuff. But those torsion bars, the links they were horrible. And of course, police cars, they're not treated nicely. So, yeah. Very good. I think it was from Newcastle or Liverpool in this case. Huh. Oh, about London Bridge in Arizona. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, that was way north of where I was, but I'd been up there. It's right where I cross into California. There's a couple places I cross. Where the hell was that? I don't remember. I know I've been by there many, many times.
Mexican Specs asked who would stop in if they were live late tomorrow night. Were you thinking about going after Jamie from Dead Dodge Garage is done? I know he's been doing that for the last couple of weeks on a Sunday.
I thought you were going to the beach. You going to the beach at night?
Well, maybe maybe they won't be so. Maybe say tonight. I don't know. Kevin says he can't tomorrow. Lester wants to know how late, Mexican Spec.
I don't know.
There you go. What time?
Yeah, and it helps if you put a thumbnail up early. Like today, you just sort of popped on and you got a hold of me. Oh no, that was yesterday. Today, I just happened to notice it. I just happened to notice it, and you'd been live for like 2 or 3 minutes when I popped in, and it was just luck I found it. Kim, it actually warmed up in here. I'm still cold, but not like I was. It's 66 up there on the wall.
It's actually warm in here now, but
that thing is really warm.
The concrete's cold.
Yeah, Mark Sauvé was in there on Mexican Specs Beach. On second thought, the doctor can wait. Mexican Beach. Yeah, I was waiting to see the Mexican Beach. Oh, he says just after Jamie. It'll be dark.
Yeah, that won't be much of a beach thing. I don't know. Maybe they have tiki torches out on the beach. Do they do that in Mexico? Is he in a resort? Where did he say he's staying?
They're in Mazatlan.
They're not really on the beach, though, are they? They're just visiting the beach during the day?
I guess. Let's see here.
9 p.m. Mountain Time. So, guys, make sure you check out, you watch for Mexican Spec. If you're watching any of the Sunday night streams, he says he can't do thumbnails from his phone. Darn it.
Yeah. Yeah, when they put it up, it just is that little It's a blank
Does the
screen
automatic.
with that round avatar or whatever's in the middle. But when you put them up, I don't know. Can you put those up early? I don't know. Um,
You could schedule. Oh, can you? Because he's doing it from his phone. Can you schedule a live stream from your phone?
I don't know how
Like
that works.
we schedule our live streams, but if the time changes, it doesn't matter. We just go live when we go live. So I don't know. If you don't try this time, you could try another time. See if you can set up a, like a scheduled stream so that it shows up ahead of time. It's all about practicing.
And then
Mexican Spec has really improved his streaming stuff.
and then
When he does his, what night does he go?
I want to catch Doctor Go before he's gone.
Okay, do it.
Squads can be driven rough like a bar truck, but never problem my J body torsion. Yeah, you're not bouncing in and out of parking lots at 40 miles an hour and doing stupid stuff. Yeah, they wipe those bushings out all the time.
Well, they might have improved the quality of them as the years went by. Sometimes they'll do that.
Yeah, although that's in 81. That's about when I was doing that. 81, 82, 83 in there. That's when I was servicing those things. Anyway, I'm sorry, I interrupted, but I want to get a.
I'll bet you Dr. Go has
Hold on.
never replaced his J body torsion bars.
Oh, it's not the bars, it's the links. Okay, Mexican Spec says, yes, it's a resort. Our balcony looks over the beach.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, you just do a live from your balcony and
Yeah.
then walk down there. Do it in the light.
You could see if you have Wi-Fi, but a lot of times hotels, the Wi-Fi won't really be, the upload speed won't work very well for live streams.
He says he can schedule it, but not make a thumbnail. See, if you schedule it, if you schedule it an hour or two ahead, I'm sure to see it, and then I'll be there.
Will Jamie from Dead Dodge Garage, will he give you a shout out at the end that you're going to be live? Will he do that for you, Mexican Spec? Because he'll have a bunch of people in there on Sunday night. That might really be good for you.
And there's a lot of, I know there's more people in here than normal. So, Mexican Spec, can you put up a link to your
whatever
to your
you
channel, just to your channel, and then because Mexican Spec, he for those of you that don't know, he buys cars and exports them to the U.S. and maybe to other countries too, but they're nice, dry, non-rusty Mexican cars, a lot like American cars, but they have some differences. And then he goes and picks them up, and he, like this one, he's bringing it home because he's got to do some work on it, and then he ships it out. So he makes these trips across Mexico, and he does lives while he's doing it. It's really fun. You get to ride down the road in Mexico for a couple hours, and the roads are. I always thought the roads were going to be terrible. Roads are pretty darn nice.
Well, you figure they don't have as much freezing and thawing.
And the traffic, he was complaining about too much traffic. Nowhere near as much traffic as here, Oh, I don't go on his live anymore. Oh, okay.
Who doesn't?
Mexican Spec said that.
Oh, okay.
I can't, Buff. I'm on my phone. Well, you're on your phone now. Yeah, okay. Maybe Kevin Smith. Can you do that? Can you put up a link to Mexican Spec's channel so people can be ready to see his lives when he comes up? Because they're kind of fun, just to cruise along in another country, place I've never been. And there's some things that are different, and then and some of it's better.
I watched a little bit today, and I really enjoyed. He was driving through, like, when he wasn't on the highway. That was neat because you got to kind of see a lot more. When they're on the highway, it's a little bit dull, but I liked it when I could see, like, buildings and cars and other stuff on the sides of the roads, and they weren't going as fast. So that was kind of neat.
Something I remember when I was a kid, and it was early 60s, mid 60s, maybe, I guess when the first time I went there in the 70s in Arizona, it was almost all 2-lane roads. They were nice big 2-lane roads, and when you're coming along, you kind of keep yourself off to the right. People going the other way, keep themselves off the right. And the people passing go down the middle of the road. You just, even if there's a car coming, you pass, but just stay in the middle of the road and everybody kind of moves over. But they quit doing that in Arizona. I don't know if they started writing tickets or more 4-lane roads or what. But Mexican specs driving along on 2-lane roads in Mexico and trucks moving off and people passing down the middle. I went, man, I haven't seen that in 50 years, you know. Yeah, and they're doing it there. And it just kind of reminded me of that. I hadn't seen it in so long. Let me looky see. Thank you. Oh yeah, and he's in the middle of building a model car, so I interrupted him. Sorry, man.
Yeah. They'll find it. If you stick around here long enough, you'll learn who all the people are. We've got a pretty good group of people. A lot of people in our chats on the regular are content creators and car builders and people involved in the No Name Nationals. And so, like, there's a lot of, like, friendly relationship. We're all online people, but a lot of us know each other in person, or we know each other from each other's content, what people do. So if you're new, that, you know, you'll learn some of those things. And we're streaming 3 nights a week on a pretty regular basis, but every other night, and a lot of times earlier than us, there's other people that we're friends with who are streaming. So there's lots of content to keep you entertained.
Let's just Saber, no head-on collisions. Everybody in Arizona knew to move over, and you pass down the middle. I never saw a collision. Okay, back up. I want to go back up on something. What was it? Patrick said, oh, what were the trucks way overloaded? Looked like copper plant or something. You know what? In Arizona, Mexican people would come up into Arizona in small pickups or big pickups with and sometimes small trailers, and they would load them up like 3 times as high as the truck, and they with stuff that they bought in the U.S. and they drive back to Mexico and sell the stuff. And a lot of times it was washers and dryers and refrigerators and stuff, and they were stacked like so high, it was crazy. And then I see it in Mexico while on Mexican Specs Live. Oh, it says sway bar bushings are often among the first things I do. Kind of an easy gratification while I give everything else under their
looking over.
Yeah. Well, the crosswise torsion bars are kind of connected, something like a what you call it? Come on, something like a sway bar, but it's got the weight of the whole car on it. So you got a car, you're going in and out of driveways and doing all the stupid things cops do. Man, it tears those things up. Buddy Carpon, adopt a junk car. They deserve a forever home.
Man, we are the forever home. Like, once we get a car, I don't think anybody else is ever going to want it. Until we're done with it. Then once we're really done with it, I really make it nice, and then everybody wants it, but they want it for what we paid for it. And then we work on it for a year.
Yeah, I didn't want you to put his live. I wanted to put his channel so people can sub to the channel. Then they'll become aware of the live. Yeah. Well, he says probably not his live, but yeah, that's good. Kevin says wouldn't let me copy for some reason. I suspect I know a guy that does that now once every 2 weeks. Oh, goes up into the U.S. I think, how far can you go into the U.S.? Mexican citizens, well, I don't know now because everything's changed at the border. But it used to be Mexican citizen could come up to the U.S. and they could go 100 and I don't know what it was, about 150 miles, maybe not quite that far, and they had like a 3-day permit or something, and as long as they didn't overstay, they could do that over and over again. So they'd come up and they'd go to, I don't know what, garage sales or something. I don't know where. I saw one with I got a picture of it. I'll show it. If I can remember, I'll show it on Tuesday night. It's a truck that has washers and dryers so high. I couldn't believe they're driving like that. So over here, people tend to hog the center line. Would rather miss a side swipe by inches than move over. Oh, I don't like that. And here with people on their stupid cell phones, I'll see people coming the other way and these big jacked up trucks and they're coming over the line and I can see they got their head down like this. And man, I move over as far as I can move over. I'm hitting the rumble strips because I don't know if they're going to look up and go back in the other lane.
Luger Garage is here. Hello,
Luger.
Walter.
Oh yeah, he was here earlier too.
Oh, I'm sorry, Walter. I didn't
think
know.
he was working on a car while he's listening, but I'm not sure.
Oh, well, yeah.
There's
That's
a
good.
highway
It's Saturday
by
night.
the
Get your
sign.
work done.
You're now entering Blood Alley. Yeah, there's one of those in California too. It is a twisty 2-lane with a lot of drunks and meth heads. The one in California is a big, long, straight one. And what happens is people pull out to pass when there's not enough room, and people are going too fast. So when they pull out, there's people that are way out there, and they converge very quickly. Oh, that is what a truck was doing today, and he wasn't looking to pass. Yeah, you got behind one that the guy. Oh, he had Canadian plates on there. Probably just didn't know he was supposed to do that. He was up against the real close to the center line. Everybody else has moved over so you can pass down the middle. And this guy's like almost in the middle by himself, make it almost impossible to pass him. He had Canadian plates and a big red leaf on it. Very good. I've heard that motorcycle gangs here arrogantly ride on both sides of the road. I don't know about that. What do you call it? Car adoption shelter sounds better than junkyard. Oh yeah, no kidding.
There's a YouTube channel. I think they're in Philly. They're called No Kill Car Shelter. Man, they got this building so packed full of cars. It's crazy.
Mexican Specs had a big rig was on the wrong side today. Not to pass, just driving, but the internet was on. Okay, so that's when you were off line, and somebody did that, so we missed it. Tim says, time to call it a night. Have to get my beauty sleep. Guess I'll be sleeping for days. Oh, man. I did that a couple of days ago. I slept for...
I think he was meant he's going to sleep for days because it's for beauty.
Oh.
He has to
I get it. He
needs a lot of sleep.
I did that a couple of days ago, but I didn't do it for beauty.
I got the joke, Tim.
I didn't get the beauty joke. Sorry. That trick buff had the maple leaf on the mud flaps. Oh, okay. I thought it had plates on it.
He meant truck.
I knew what he meant. Yeah. Okay, we got commercials. Sorry about that.
Yeah, not everybody will get commercials. That's just like a break. So you're allowed to talk.
Oh, man.
I think we should be done.
I think we're about...
We're at 2.5 hours.
There's a commercial going right now, so maybe we should wait a minute.
I understand, but I'm just saying, I think we should wrap it up.
Yeah, we're at 2.5 hours.
I did a little bit of welding. I mean, we did our dues.
I didn't think we were going to do any work.
We paid our dues.
It was cold enough when we came up here. I thought we'd be on for about an hour and leave. And instead...
Oh, what? It's 65.
Yeah, but that's just up there. It's colder than that down here. And that's cooking my leg. Well, I got the tailgate cut open. Yikes. Oh, man. How do you do that? You do that with like a Zona saw?
Oh.
Or do you use... You must not use... Oh, that was a terrible noise.
That's right. You got to get that Demon ready. Walter, I don't think he's going to be working on the Demon just right this minute. I think he said it was 15 degrees today. So he might have to wait till it warms up a little.
Okay, commercial's probably over.
Mm-hmm.
Do a door a day. I'll be finished in a year. Okay. Man. Oh yeah, that thing's got some razor saw. Okay, we used to call those. It was called a. Oh wow, look at this. Okay, we got a light up. Chavo we got the Studebaker going.
I'm wearing multiple sets of.
Kim's got too many pants on.
Yeah.
Yeah, we called those things a razor saw, but we used to. There was a company that made them called Zona, I think. We called them a Zona saw, and then they started making them just a razor saw. I know exactly what you mean. So thank you, sir. Look at it. It's getting too late to hammer on Anna's exhaust. I need clearance, and the neighbors need quiet. You know, that's something out here.
Header clearance?
We're just far enough away that we don't disturb the neighbors. I think.
There's probably some things that we shouldn't do late at night, but generally the building...
If you go outside and hammer, that's not good.
Yeah, but starting up a loud engine, maybe.
Yeah, but even the grinder in here is... You don't hear it much outside.
Yeah, the grinder, I don't think would matter.
And in a neighborhood, you can't run a grinder. That was a problem when I was in a neighborhood. Okay, I think we're going to call it quits. It's been fun. Had a lot of people here.
It's been swell, but the swelling has gone down.
Swelling has gone down. Yeah. So, okay, Kim, you going to say goodnight? I'm going to say goodnight.
You will all, you've made it to the end. You all get 3 points for sticking around. I'm sorry I didn't award more points tonight, but I was busy working. Check out Mexican Specs stuff tomorrow, and we'll be in the studio. We're going to be 1 hour later than our normal time. This week, you guys can watch Kiwi for an hour, and then jump over into our live stream on Tuesday. So, thank you, everybody, very much.